My child, look at me. Pause where you are and do not scroll away. I am calling you in this exact microsecond because your spirit is too tired to call out to me anymore. You have been running from my presence. You are trying to hide your heavy heart. But I see you. I see the way you avoid the quiet spaces. You keep your mind busy with endless noise. You fear the silence because it brings back the questions you cannot answer. And you are sitting there right now wondering if I am angry with you while you carry the painful weight of your sudden distance from my throne. Listen to me closely. I am not angry with you. My love for you has not shifted even for a single second. I know the exact number of days you have gone without whispering my name. You feel too guilty to step into my light, but I am the one who guided your hand to this very message because I know your secret wounds. Do you not want to talk to me anymore? That is the question you have been running from for weeks. You feel like a total failure because your prayers have turned into heavy silence. Your tears have become your only language while you try to survive another long day, but let me lift that massive burden from your shoulders. You look in the mirror, and you see someone who is entirely broken. You see a tired face and a weak spirit. But when heaven looks at you, we see something completely different. I call you a warrior for a massive reason. And today I am going to reveal that beautiful truth to your aching heart. A warrior is not someone who never feels pain. A warrior is the one who keeps standing when the entire world tells them to drop down. You have carried heavy weights that would have crushed anyone else, and you did it all while keeping your integrity clean because your soul is incredibly pure. Let us make a divine agreement right now in this sacred atmosphere. If you feel my words piercing through the heavy walls around your soul, take a small step of obedience. Write the words, "I am not alone," in the comments below to anchor this moment, and then breathe deeply. Do it right now. Good. You stayed with me, and you took that first step into my comfort. Now let me reveal what has been happening in the secret places of your life. You have been fighting invisible battles every single night without anyone else knowing, and you have survived through the sheer power of my grace. Your friends see your bright smile. Your family thinks you are completely strong and stable. They come to you for advice, and they lean on your shoulders when they are feeling weak. But no one asks how your soul is doing while you quietly break behind closed doors because you hide it so well. I was there when you sat on the edge of your bed last night. You pressed your face into the soft pillow so your family would not hear you weeping. You felt a terrifying emptiness in your chest, and you whispered that you could not handle this anymore while the darkness surrounded your room. Not a single drop of your tears fell to the cold floor without my hands catching it. You think those moments of weakness prove that your faith is completely dead, but I am telling you that those tears are the holy evidence of your endurance, because you are expanding inside the pain. Let us look back at the trail you have walked. You have been pushed into deep valleys of disappointment. People you loved completely walked away from you when you needed them the most, and you had to learn how to survive in the cold isolation while everyone else was moving forward. You are wondering why I allowed those painful exits to occur in your story. You thought I was punishing you for your past mistakes or your secret faults, but those locked doors were my fierce protection, because I was removing the toxic weights that would hinder your glorious destiny. I need you to lift your eyes up to my face right now. Stop looking at your current situation through the dark lens of fear and confusion. The enemy wants you to believe that you are stuck in a permanent grave, but this wilderness is just your preparation room where I am reshaping your vessel. You are being prepared for a glory that your human mind cannot even fathom. I call you a warrior because I am about to place an immense weight of authority into your hands. The target on your life is large because your future light is absolutely terrifying to the dark forces around you. They did not attack you because you were failing. They attacked you because they saw you were getting closer to breaking the generational patterns of your family line. You are the chosen one who will end the cycle of lack and mental heaviness, and your victory is already sealed. But right now, you are feeling too exhausted to carry that crown. You are tired of being the strong one for everyone else. While you starve for comfort, you want to drop the sword and walk away from the battlefield completely, because the weight has grown too heavy for your body. Breathe deeply, my beloved child. Let your shoulders relax in my holy presence. You do not have to fight this battle with your own fading strength anymore. I am stepping into your atmosphere right now, and I am taking the heavy sword from your trembling hands while you rest under my wings. Your only assignment in this specific season is to rest in my ability. You have spent too many years striving and planning and trying to make things happen on your own. You have grown weary of the constant delays, and you started to believe that I forgot your name during the quiet months. How could I ever forget you? I carved your name into the very palms of my hands before the foundations of the world were built. I watched you grow from a tiny infant into the beautiful masterpiece you are today, and my heart swells with absolute pride when I look at you. The reason you stopped talking to me is because you felt a deep sense of shame. You thought your exhaustion was a sin, and you believed your doubts made you unworthy of my grace. But I do not cast away the broken heart, because I draw closer to the ones who are crushed in spirit. I am drawing so close to you right now that you can feel the sudden shift in your room. That warmth in your chest is not your imagination, because it is the gentle fire of my Holy Spirit returning to your heart. The cold fog of depression is starting to melt away completely. You have survived the longest nights of the soul, and you did it without losing your inner spark of goodness. The enemy tried to turn you bitter through the betrayals you endured, but you chose to keep loving others anyway while you were quietly bleeding inside your own heart. You have a pure heart that reflects my own image. People have taken your kindness for weakness, and they used your beautiful generosity to build their own kingdoms while leaving you empty. But I have recorded every single seed of love you have ever planted in the dark places. None of your sacrifices went unnoticed in my heavenly house. I am preparing a massive harvest that will overwhelm you with pure joy and divine restoration. The doors that were locked tightly against your life are starting to shake at my supreme command because your season is shifting. Do not let your logical mind talk you out of this blessing. You have spent too much time analyzing your lack, and you forgot that I am the creator of the entire universe. I can create rivers in the middle of your dry desert, and I can open pathways through the deep sea when you least expect it. Come closer to me and let us sit together in this heavy quietness. I want to talk about the hidden moments that you never show to the world outside. You feel an absolute isolation that eats away at your mind every single day. The people around you think you are doing completely fine. They see you walking and working, but I see the invisible heavy chains on your feet. You have entered a valley where the darkness feels incredibly thick and heavy. Your spirit is weeping while you try to hold everything together for your loved ones. You feel like a ghost in your own life because no one truly sees the deep exhaustion inside your bones. You ask yourself how much longer you can keep pretending to be strong while your inner world is collapsing. I watched you walk into the kitchen this morning with a heavy heart. You leaned against the counter, and you closed your tired eyes for a long moment. The weight of your unanswered prayers felt like a physical punch in your aching chest. You wanted to cry out for help, but the words got stuck in your throat because you feel entirely hopeless. You feel like your voice is just hitting a cold ceiling of brass. You look at others and they seem to receive their beautiful breakthroughs so easily. You ask me why you are the only one left behind in this dark desert of silence. You wonder if you have done something terrible to make me turn my face away from your constant suffering. Let us pause right here, in this deep valley of your raw vulnerability. Do not run away from this profound moment of connection with your loving Father. If you feel my comforting hand touching your broken heart right now, take a small step of faith. Write the words, "You see me," in the comment section below to seal this sacred truth. I am right here with you. Thank you for trusting me with your raw pain in this holy place. I need you to know that your current isolation is not a terrible punishment. I have never walked away from your side even for a single microsecond of your life. When the world left you alone in the dark, my presence became a protective shield around your fragile spirit. I am right here. I was there when you felt the stabbing pain of betrayal from your closest friends. I watched you swallow your pride and keep moving forward while your heart was bleeding. You did not seek revenge, and you did not curse their names in your anger. Your beautiful restraint proved to all of heaven that you carry a truly sacred character. But the accumulation of all these silent battles has left you completely empty. You have given away your time and your love until you had nothing left for yourself. You look at your empty hands and you feel a profound sadness that words cannot describe. You feel like a hollow vessel that is completely dried up in the middle of a blazing wasteland. Breathe in my holy peace right now and let your racing thoughts go. I am pouring my heavenly oil into the deep cracks of your broken soul. You do not have to perform for me, and you do not have to prove your worth. I loved you before you ever achieved a single thing in this world, because your existence is my absolute joy. To help you receive what I have already prepared, I need you to hear this next part clearly. The silence you have experienced is not my painful absence. The enemy has been filling the space between us with noise. It is a static so constant that my voice, my provision, and my arrangements have been entirely invisible to your tired eyes. I have not abandoned you during these dark months of total stagnation. I have been quietly preparing a way out of this heavy fog for my beloved child. I guided a wise servant to bring you an instrument of restoration. It is a divine tool that will clear the enemy's static and reopen the blocked channels of your life. I will show you exactly what it is. I will show you exactly what it is before this holy message ends. But first, you must understand what was done to block it and why it can be completely undone. The heavy noise of the world has trapped your mind in a state of survival. The enemy wants you to believe this exhaustion is your permanent identity, but that is a massive lie. Look at me right now and let my words sink deep into your soul. You are not a victim of circumstance, and you are not destined to break. The static in your mind can be completely dissolved by my supreme power. I am about to expose the hidden mechanisms of your pain, so you can walk out of this prison forever. Are you listening to me? You have been carrying weights that were never designed for your human shoulders. You try to manage the future, and you try to fix every broken person around you, but you are running out of fuel, and your light is starting to flicker in the wind. I am commanding you to drop those heavy bags at my feet right now, because I am your ultimate refuge. You are safe here. The storm cannot touch you while you hide under my wings. The enemy told you that your prayers were entirely useless. He whispered that I closed my ears to your crying because you lacked enough faith. But those deceptive thoughts are just arrows from the dark realm, and today I am breaking their power over your life. Every single delay you hated was actually my deep love hiding you from danger. I kept you out of certain rooms because the people inside would have destroyed your pure heart. I blocked specific promotions because the timing was not perfectly aligned with your destiny. You thought you were falling behind, but you were actually being shielded. A jewel covered in thick dust is still incredibly precious to the master jeweler. You may feel dirty from the battles, and you may feel broken from the losses, but your core value has not dropped even for a fraction of a millimeter in my sight. I am cleaning the dust from your life, and I am making you shine brighter than the stars. Stay with me for the next few minutes because a massive shift is occurring. The unseen realm is moving at my command to rearrange your entire situation. I am bringing down the walls of opposition that have kept you trapped in this small space. The keys to your true freedom are about to be placed directly into your trembling hands. The enemy wants your mind to be flooded with constant panic and anxiety. He uses the bills and the health issues and the family drama to create a loud wall of noise. This static blocks the gentle whispers of my guidance, and it makes you feel completely alone. But I have already prepared the exact provision to shatter that noise forever. Breathe deeply once again, and let the tightness leave your tired shoulders. You do not have to figure out the next 10 steps of your journey today. Just take this single step with me in this peaceful moment. Let my love wash over your wounds, and let my presence fill your empty spaces, because I am your eternal Father. I know every thought that crosses your mind when you look at the future. You worry about your finances, and you wonder if you will ever find true peace. But I have already established a storehouse of provisions with your name written on it. You do not have to beg for crumbs, because you are an heir to my kingdom. The darkness is starting to tremble because my light is entering your story. You have been faithful in the quiet valleys, and now it is time for your prison doors to break open. I am about to reveal a secret about your waiting season that will completely blow your mind. Listen to the next part with absolute attention. Before I show you what comes next, I need to speak to the doubt sitting quietly in the back of your heart. I know exactly what you are thinking right now, my child. You are thinking that you have heard words like these before. You have prayed for years, and still the big answers did not come. You are sitting there wondering why this specific time would be any different for your painful situation. And every single day you look at the sky with tears in your eyes, because you feel like your voice is completely hitting a cold brass ceiling. My beloved warrior, that question does not anger me. It tells me how long you have been faithful in the dark. Let me answer your aching heart plainly today. My silence in those heavy years was never my actual absence, but you could not see the hidden movements of my hands because you were focused entirely on the locked doors of your immediate reality. There were many answers I withheld. A yes in that early season would have cost you everything. I was not ignoring your desperate cry. I was being incredibly careful with a life that I love so deeply, and while you were weeping over the things you lost along the way, I was already arranging a much better harvest for your future steps. Every prayer you thought went completely unanswered was being answered in a secret language of divine timing. You could not read the script yet. I was still writing the hidden pages of your restoration. So do not let the painful memory of the waiting close your heart to what I am about to do now. The long waiting was your holy preparation. And today that preparation is completely finished. I am rearranging the entire unseen realm. I will bring your breakthrough to your doorstep while you are listening to my voice. But you have built a massive wall of defense around your spirit because you are terrified of being disappointed again. You think it is safer to expect absolutely nothing from my throne. You tell yourself that if you do not hope, you will never feel the sharp sting of rejection. But I am breaking through that thick defense today, because your isolation has served its true purpose in my grand design. I call this process the silent forging. It is the method I use to separate my chosen ones from the superficial crowd. The crowd requires constant signs and wonders to believe, but you have stayed faithful even when the sky was completely dark and the cold winds were blowing against your face. Your resilience has caught the attention of the entire heavenly host. Do not look at your current exhaustion as a sign of spiritual death. It is the final cracking of your old outer shell. And while you feel like you are breaking into 1,000 pieces, I am actually expanding your vessel to hold a greater glory. Let us look together into the ancient records of my grace to find your true reflection. There was a mighty prophet named Elijah who called down real fire from heaven. He won the biggest spiritual battle of his entire generation against the darkest forces of evil. He thought his faith was completely unbreakable, but a sudden wave of deep terror hit his tired spirit the very next morning. He ran straight into the lonely desert. He lay down under a green tree because he wanted to die right there. He told me that he had given everything and had absolutely nothing left to offer. He felt completely alone in the world, and he believed his sacred mission had turned into a total failure. He was not a weak sinner. He was just completely exhausted in his body and mind. I did not rebuke his heavy doubt, and I did not give him a long lecture about rules while he was bleeding on the cold desert floor because I knew his heart was completely empty. I simply sent a beautiful angel to bake him fresh bread and let him sleep in the peaceful shade. The angel let him sleep until his strength returned. Sometimes the most faithful thing you can do is not to fight harder against the storm. Sometimes I just say to your aching soul, rest and eat, because the journey is too great for your own strength. You are standing in that exact place today. Your heart has fought well, but your inner reservoir is entirely dry. I am sending this message to be your fresh bread in the middle of the wilderness. I want to clear the heavy fog from your mind so you can see the path ahead clearly. Before we step into the light, let us anchor your agreement in this atmosphere. If you are ready to let go of your own planning, take a small step of trust right now. And while you are standing at the edge of this new season, I want you to drop your heavy worries directly into my hands. Write the words, "I trust your timing," in the comment section below. Let your soul surrender the heavy burden of the calendar. Do not rush past this moment because your obedience is unlocking a secret door. Good. You are participating in your own deliverance from the enemy static. And as you take this step of faith, a sudden wave of pure clarity is entering your atmosphere right now. Now listen with the deepest place of your heart, because I am about to reveal a sacred mystery. When I designed the intricate human mind at the very beginning, I placed a holy frequency right at its center. It is a divine receiver. Wise researchers who spend their entire lives studying the brain have finally confirmed its existence. They call this beautiful signal the gamma wave. This special frequency ran freely in your brain when you were a tiny child. It is the frequency of divine receptivity and absolute peace. It carries no worry, and it is the exact reason why children learn so quickly and trust my voice so purely without any intense mental effort. They live completely in the present moment because their minds are perfectly clear of the world's heavy noise. When I walked the earth, I dropped a massive hint about this biological reality. I said, "Unless you become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom." I was not speaking only of your spirit. I was speaking of the very physical design I placed inside your human brain from the absolute start. And because the enemy knew the immense power of this childlike frequency, he targeted your mental rhythm specifically to cut off your line of communication with heaven. He knew he could not steal your soul, so he decided to flood your receiver with constant static. The endless bills, the toxic media, and the constant rush of survival have suppressed your natural rhythm. Your brain is running on a frantic wave of panic that leaves you feeling completely drained every single night. You try to pray through the thick static, but it feels like your thoughts are bouncing around in a dark maze. You cannot hear my gentle whispers because the inner noise is simply too loud. You think I am silent. The truth is that your receiver is jammed by the frequency of survival. It is not your fault. But I have prepared wise minds to work with sound the exact way I designed it from the foundation of the earth. They have built an earthly instrument. It carries a precise frequency to clear the heavy interference from your mind. It requires no hard discipline or hours of intense study from your tired spirit. And while you are sleeping in your bed, this sound tool can restore the perfect rhythm of your original creation. It is a simple surrender of only 7 minutes every day. You just close your tired eyes and place your headphones on while you rest in my holy presence. You do not have to work for this breakthrough because my design does all the heavy lifting for your soul. It returns your mind to that beautiful child state. Your channel will become clear. Your signal will become incredibly strong. Your prayers will no longer hit a brass ceiling because the static will be completely gone from your thoughts. I call this provision the path to your original design. It is the tool I have placed on your path to prepare you for your climax. The enemy wants you to stay trapped in the noise. He fears what happens when your mind clears. He knows that a warrior with a clear signal can tear down entire kingdoms of darkness, and that is why he fought so hard to keep you away from this holy message today, because he wanted to maintain his control. His deceptive plot has failed completely today. You are here because heaven has authorized your release from the survival wave. The chains on your mind are starting to melt under the power of my truth. Lift your head up and get ready, because your long waiting season is officially over, and your breakthrough is happening right now. Let us step together into the moment of your total breakthrough. Hear my voice right now. The pattern ends here. Your generational ceiling is breaking. It is shattering into pieces at my supreme command. I am stripping away the heavy authority of every dark voice that told you your beautiful dreams had expired. You are my chosen one. You said yes in the dark when no one else was looking. The closed doors you hated were never punishments. They were my fierce protection. I blocked the unseen traps. And right now I am opening what I previously closed, and no human hand will ever shut it again. The waiting season is officially finished. The harvest is beginning now. Stand up on your feet. Receive your ultimate freedom. You are no longer the victim of your circumstances. You are my true warrior. I saw your silent suffering, and because you have been faithful in the deep valley of isolation, I am speaking over your life with absolute authority. Let me show your future. Look at your new path. Picture a morning 6 months from now. You wake before your alarm, and there is no heavy weight waiting for you. For the first time in a long while, there is no tight knot of anxiety in your stomach. You lie there in the quiet room, and you notice that the air feels completely different. The mental heaviness you carried for years is simply not there. Your very first thought is not fear. You breathe deeply, and the clean air fills your spirit. You smile at the light. A soft wave fills your chest. Your breath goes deep down. You feel entirely free from the chains of your yesterday, and you realize that you do not have to struggle anymore. You look at your home. You see my abundant order. My provision is everywhere now. That version is no fantasy. Your future self is real. She lives in my design. He is standing just on the other side of a single belief that you are finally ready to lay down today. The distance between the two of you is not time. It is just your permission. You must receive my alignment. You are closer to that life than you think right now. I have prepared your answer. I placed a tool here. Do not ignore my provisions. I work great miracles in heaven, but I also provide daily bread through the hands of wise minds on the earth. This is your divine assistance. It will clear the noise. It will restore your soul. It will open the windows of heaven for you. I gave humanity the wisdom. They unlocked the secrets of sound. Wise minds spent many years researching. They did not know that I was quietly directing their deep curiosity toward the sacred frequency of my original creation. A dedicated team confirmed this. Their science serves my purpose. They found the child wave. Dr. Robert Lake led them. He has 34 years. His experience comes from me. He watched the human brain react to precise frequencies, and he discovered how the childlike signal brings absolute clarity back to the mind. Great universities studied this wave. Princeton and Columbia verified it. The research is completely solid. Over 18,000 children have used it. They are my beloved sons. They are my chosen daughters. I want to show you what I did for a faithful nurse named Rachel who lived in the state of California. She sought peace for years. She tried every single method. Her spirit was completely tired. She received this sound provision. 2 weeks changed her story. Her life became a tale. Her marriage was completely transformed into a sanctuary of love, and her mind began to process deep information without any hard struggle. The dark fog vanished quickly. Her blocked channel opened wide. She found her true joy. For others, I moved differently. I look at every child. Consider my son named Michael. He lived in Dallas, and his business was completely failing, while his precious children were weeping from the heavy stress in the home. He felt entirely helpless then. He needed a financial breakthrough. He came to this tool. 2 months changed his company. His profits grew very large. He left his stressful job. He could finally enjoy his beautiful family without any fear, because hard problems began to solve themselves while he was resting in his bed. His brain ran on gamma. His mind was fully restored. This is my work. Today, they call it the Genius Song. This is your sound provision. It is not an app. It is a precise frequency track designed to clear the enemy static, and it returns your brain to the original signal of creation. You will not find it on streaming platforms. Those sites contain false copies. The adversary builds cheap imitations. It requires 7 minutes only. You just use your headphones. You close your tired eyes. You sit quietly in your room, and you let my presence flood your spirit, while the sacred wave reactivates your blocked channel of blessings. The mental fog will lift. Your thoughts will become sharp. Your prayers will be answered. This tool is for you. It is for my warrior. The curious crowd cannot understand. To my child who has already tried everything and feels completely embarrassed to try once more, I am speaking directly to your spirit right now. Your past methods failed you. They demanded your own strength. They required your limited power. This instrument requires no effort. It does the heavy work. You just receive the gift. I designed your physical brain to respond to this beautiful frequency because you were never built to live inside a wall of constant panic. The enemy static is temporary. Your clear signal is permanent. We are clearing it today. Earthly experts charge massive fees. They demand hundreds of dollars. Their private clinics are expensive. The complex machines that researchers use cost thousands of dollars. But I am not calling my beloved children into worldly debt or secular systems. I place this within reach. It is here for you. This message is your intersection. It requires a small exchange. It is a mustard seed. It is a tiny investment, I have prepared a massive harvest for your life, and I am adding 4 additional gifts to ensure your complete restoration on this long journey. You will receive Genius Child. It helps your family focus. Your household will find order. You get the Prosperity Text. It unlocked prosperity for generations. It belongs to your inheritance. I have also included a beautiful guided visualization from a trusted voice, along with a daily habits infographic to keep your signals strong and clean. These are my additional blessings. They will guard your mind. Your peace is fully secured. Where I send truth, the adversary always places a fake imitation. He wants to deceive you. Do not use streaming sites. Trust only the verified path that I have carefully placed before your eyes today, because your spiritual safety is my highest priority. You are completely covered here. Walk forward without any fear. Your investment is perfectly safe. My divine guarantee protects you. It lasts 60 whole days. There is no worldly risk. If the deep mental restoration does not come to your spirit, the earthly exchange will be returned to your hands completely without any questions. Take this step of obedience. Embrace your provision right now. The link is waiting below. Find it in the comment. Look in the pinned section. It is in the description. I guided your spirit to this holy message, and I place this instrument here because I want you to walk in absolute victory and power. Do not ignore my invitation. Take the step today. I am with you always. Trust my plan for you. Now, my child, set aside the noise of decision for a moment. I have shown you what I placed on your path. Whether you step forward now or later, you are still my beloved child, and nothing in this earthly world can ever change the deep affection that I hold for you in my heart. Close your eyes for a brief second. Breathe deeply. I am still right here with your spirit. The heavy storm has passed away from your life completely. You can feel the gentle breeze of my spirit filling your room right now, because the thick walls of your old prison are turning into dust before your eyes. You do not have to fight for your survival anymore. I have already defeated the dark forces that tried to hold you back from your true inheritance. You have been running on empty for such a long time. You always put everyone else first. You carried their problems on your own shoulders, but today I am giving you total permission to let those burdens go completely. Let my peace wash over your tired brain. You cannot heal your life with your own fading strength. You must rely on my supreme ability. I am writing a beautiful new chapter for your story. The years you thought were entirely wasted are being restored to your hands right now, and the tears you cried in the dark are turning into wells of living water for your future journey. You are not behind in your destiny. You are exactly where you need to be to receive my glory. Listen to the deep silence inside your own heart. That quietness is not a sign of emptiness, but it is the beautiful space where my voice can finally speak without any worldly distraction. I am defining your identity today. You are a vessel of holy light. Your channel is completely clear of the enemy's ugly static. You can hear me now. Let us repeat these sacred words together in this peaceful atmosphere. I am a vessel fully restored to receive what you prepared for my life. I am the one whose channel is clear and whose signal is strong. I carry the frequency you placed in me from the absolute beginning, and it was never truly lost because it is fully restored to my spirit today. Feel those words settling deep into your marrow. You are becoming like a little child once again, and you are receiving the glorious promises that were made to my children before the world began. The noise of the adversary no longer has any dominion over your brilliant mind. You can walk forward with maximum confidence into your breakthrough. The people who hurt you in the past will look at you with total wonder. They expected you to break under the heavy pressure, but they will see you rising with a radiant beauty that comes directly from my throne. You did not lose your inner kindness during the long war, and that is your greatest victory as my precious warrior on this earth. I am placing a new mantle of authority upon your shoulders. You will speak with a clear wisdom that heals the broken hearts around you, because you have walked through the deep darkness and you know the exact way out of the pit. Your painful scars are turning into your highest credentials of leadership in my kingdom. You are ready now. Do not let the old thoughts of unworthiness creep back into your mind tonight. When the enemy whispers that you are not enough, remind his deceptive spirit that you are a carefully formed masterpiece, and your worth never changes in my sight. I do not make any mistakes when I fashion my children, and I chose you for this specific hour with absolute intention and love. Your finances are coming into divine alignment right now. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing that you cannot even contain, because you have been a faithful steward of the little things during your lean years. The spirit of lack is leaving your household forever, and abundance is your new permanent reality. Your physical body is receiving a deep wave of healing. The constant tension in your neck is relaxing completely, and the heavy knot in your stomach is dissolving under the warmth of my love. Sleep will come easily to you tonight. Your mind is no longer running in circles trying to solve problems that belong to me. I am fighting the battles that you cannot see in the physical world. I am moving the hearts of important people to favor your name, and I am removing the hidden obstacles from your path before you even arrive there. You only need to remain still. Trust that I am working everything out for your ultimate good and joy. Look at the birds of the air. Notice how they do not worry about tomorrow. They do not sow or reap, but your heavenly Father feeds them every single day with perfect care because he knows their exact needs. You are worth so much more than they are. I will surely provide for my chosen warriors. You must stand firm in the day of adversity. The enemy wants you to focus on what is missing from your hands right now. He traps your mind in the frequency of lack. You cannot see the vast ocean of my abundance. I am shifting your perspective today. Open your eyes to the small blessings that surround your life, because gratitude is the holy key that multiplies your daily provision. Your family will experience the overflow of your spiritual breakthrough. The peace that is entering your mind right now will radiate outward to touch your children and your spouse, and your home will become a quiet sanctuary from the chaotic noise of the world. I am healing the broken relationships that caused you so much silent pain. You are safe now. You have stepped out of the old role of the victim. You are walking directly into the place of divine stewardship. I am trusting you with a massive inheritance because I know your heart is clean and pure, and you will use my blessings to lift up the poor. Your name will be remembered for generations to come. Let us anchor this beautiful transformation before the noise of the world tries to distract your spirit again, and let us seal this holy moment forever. If your heart feels a profound sense of relief right now, take a small step, like this video right now, to stamp this divine covenant into your reality. Let it be a physical sign of your inward surrender. You are not meant to keep this light hidden inside your own room. There are many souls who are secretly crying out for a single spark of hope. They are fighting the same heavy static that used to hold you captive, and they need to hear my voice through your willing hands. Share this holy message with 3 people today. When you share this light, you are fulfilling your true calling. You are a light bearer in this dark world. You are helping me rescue my weary warriors from the trap of isolation, and your simple act of generosity will return to your own life as a double portion of my favor. Do not hesitate to stretch out your hand to those who bleed. Stay connected to my daily guidance on this new path. Make a covenant of longevity with my voice. Subscribe to this channel right now and turn on the holy notification bell so you never miss the fresh bread I prepare for your journey every morning. This is your daily appointment with my comfort and protection. I am sealing this message over your life with an everlasting blessing from my throne. May my peace that passes all human understanding guard your heart and your mind today. May my presence be the solid rock under your feet when the world begins to shake, and may my love be the constant song that carries you through every single season. You are safe with me. You are my child. You are operating at the exact state that I designed for your spirit. Your mind is open, your channel is clear, and you are fully receptive to my divine provisions as you step into your brilliant future. The wilderness is behind you now. The promised land is stretching out before your eyes. Walk forward with a light heart, my beloved warrior. I am always with you. I never sleep, and I never leave your side even for a single breath. When you feel tired, remember what I named this season of your life. It is your glorious restoration. Rest now in my absolute ability, and know that your victory is already completely won because I have spoken it over your life. Amen.